I'm Mark Saxton.
I'm Joey Cundiff.
And this
is
Blue Collar Sports Talk. Welcome back, folks. It has not been a minute again because we've been on top of it.
Yeah, leg surgery and all, man. What are you doing?
Trying to keep this dream alive.
That's right. And we are here to
talk some shit.
Modelo sponsors already. It's about time.
I mean, we're almost 100 episodes in. You could do us the solid.
Yeah, it's cheap right now. It's going to get a lot more expensive later on. And since we're on the topic, sponsors here and codes below.
Kirsten, do your thing.
So, another week is gone, and another week is coming up. I still am in the lead 110 to 108 in pick'ems. Mark has finally decided he wants to be in the 100 club.
I made a little bit of a comeback, right? Made a little bit of comeback.
Fuck Broncos. That's about it. That's all I got for that.
Hey, all I can say is a lot of season left for me, boys. A lot of season left.
It's all right. I got the secret formioli. So let's
ravioli.
Yes. Give me the formioli. So we're going to jump in, and in case nobody believes us, our notes for NFL this week just say bullshit. We're going to bullshit about the NFL like it's a phone conversation that we have. There's other realist things.
So, a lot of our days, a lot of people don't understand like what goes into the show. We put in 40-hour work weeks, sometimes longer. And honestly, 40-plus hours of a work week with Blue Collar.
Yeah, we're filming right now at 9:30, and I came here at 6:30.
Yeah,
we're watching sports, talking sports.
A lot of it goes into it. We don't have writers to do this for us. We don't get to bum notes off of a network. Like, this is all us.
Yep. And now, you ready to bullshit with us like we're on the phone?
Yeah.
So the first thing we're going to talk about is Deshaun Watson is coming back. He is making his debut against the Texans.
But might be a little noise there, huh? A little bit, but not in the good way.
No, not at all. So I don't know if everybody else has seen, but a lot of Browns fans are showing up in jerseys where, and in my opinion, it's at first I didn't think it was in bad taste. Then everything came out, and I was like, yeah, that's kind of in bad taste. Where it says like it would have Deshaun's number 4. And then it would say, like, massage therapy. And it's like, at first I was like, oh, that's funny. Why is everybody mad? Then I started thinking about it. I'm like, that was kind of fucked up.
There's a lot of people that had to live through
that. And, I mean, his lawsuit went as you're going to skip around it as not guilty, or as guilty as you possibly can plead not guilty.
Right.
And whether Deshaun did it or not.
Here's all we're saying, folks. Like, we're not the judge. We're not the jury. We don't care about politics. We don't care about all the nitty and gritty, right?
Yeah, but you have 50 of them.
You can't tell me all of them are liars.
Yeah. And they all had the same story before it was released to the public.
Right. Here at Blue Collar, right, we don't do math well.
No, but we watch a lot of SVU.
And I'm just saying, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah. And where there's fire, there's a massage therapist for Deshaun Watson. We're still making the jokes. So, 10.
Hey, doing the Miyagi.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Hey, so you ready for this? We're going to count all the way to 10. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, but 10 of his accusers are going to this Browns versus Texans game. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel if that situation happened to me, the last thing I'd want to do is see the guy. A lot of NFL fans are wishing for him to have a career-ending injury. This is a weird subject to talk about.
But here, Blue Collar, we talk about everything.
Yeah, if you're going to shy away from it, you're just a bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Deshaun, according to all law, everything, he passed enough to not face jail time and to play.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to talk about it.
Whatever him and his people did, it worked.
It worked.
You don't have to agree with it, but it worked.
Now, what I don't understand, maybe it's because social media wasn't the same, but Ben Roethlisberger did just about the fucking same thing. Except it was a little bit worse because it was more personal.
Yeah.
And it wasn't 50, but
There's a lot of details.
There's a lot of details.
Now, I will go off and I will say there was a lot to go into that case.
A lot.
A lot. Now, not sticking up for any which side, because frankly, I don't know enough to speak on it.
And nobody knows enough to speak on it except for Deshaun and his accusers.
Yeah. And also with Ben and his accuser.
Yeah.
But as we said, well, that's right. But the main one, the main one is what I'm talking about.
Yes.
All I'm saying is usually 50 people ain't lying.
Yeah. We're not fans of Deshaun here. He's a very good quarterback. Coming out of the draft, every team without a quarterback or even with a mid quarterback wanted the guy. But here he is.
Yeah, I mean,
are you excited to watch Deshaun play?
I'm not. I wanted to say any other answer, but I mean everything that's coming with him. Let's just for 1 second pretend that all 50 accusers are lying, right? They all collaborated, they all got together, and they're all bullshitting. But I do not at all want to pretend, oh, okay, all right, it's going to work, it's going to be fine, you'll be all right. No, because even if they were all collaborating against each other to pretend, you still can't play under that pressure normally, right? And now let's get back to reality, that we all know that they probably, more than likely, not at all pretending.
Right.
You can't ask anybody to play under that. Now, 10 of them showing up to the game like you were saying, you might hear those 10 people over.
A little extra loud.
Yeah.
It's like when Romo was playing when Jessica Simpson was in the stadium. It just did not fucking end well, and that was the biggest grudge I ever held over Romo. Break that shit off. Be a man.
Right.
But Deshaun is a special quarterback.
When he was on the field, he did some great things for Houston. And I think I'm going to leave it there because
I mean, there's not enough facts or fiction to come out about this to really go about something, but we're not going to shy around from it like everybody else is. Where they're calling for his job, and if you go through all these legal systems and you come out where you're not in jail, there's something there.
Hold on, I'm going to go a step further. Something we didn't even talk about before the show, but I know that me and him are always on the same page when it comes to our show. If you guys do have any insight,
if there's something we missed,
welcome to the show. We'll have you on. We'll talk about it. We won't shy away from it, and we won't hide it. Come to us. But as of right now, we don't have anything else to go off of, so all we can say is it's gonna be interesting Sunday.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit, but he got a lot. He paid a lot of people, so got away with. So, but now
moving on,
we had to give a little controversy to start the show.
Let's talk about
Kyler.
What is going on?
So,
Kyler Murray.
Let's talk about him for a second.
Hey, I mean, we kind of touched on it last week with the boys. He's not the guy he can be, right?
No. When you have Larry Fitzgerald retire because of Kyler coming into the building, that's an issue. Now you have ex-Cardinal, great. I don't give a shit what any of you say. You're not a real Cardinal fan if you don't think Patrick Peterson was great for you guys.
Or at least has an opinion worth listening to.
Yeah, which most Cardinal fans don't, let's be real. But Patrick Peterson called out Kyler Murray. He said Kyler Murray cares only about Kyler Murray. And I've said this for so long now that Kyler has all the skill, has all the ability. He just doesn't want to be a team player, doesn't want to watch film, doesn't want to do any of this shit. He's about him. He's been so gifted to where it doesn't matter if he watches film. In high school and in college, but in the NFL, it's a different story.
And I will also add to that because I've also said, without a real coach, you'll never have a real Kyler.
Yep.
You'll never have a real quarterback as long as there's not a real coach. Because honestly, Cliff, like I said last week, is Bozo the Clown.
Yep. And people are coming out and defending him.
And
I don't get.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I could understand saying, hey, give Kyler a shot under a real coaching staff. I could understand that. But by coming out and saying, like, Kyler's still my guy, he's still going to make it work, under what circumstances? I mean, he's had every shot.
What is he going to do?
As a Cardinal.
And to make it worse, the Cardinals extended the GM, extended the head coach, and extended Kyler all in 1 year.
And obviously it's not working.
It hasn't been working.
So what are we going to say, Arizona? Are we going to say that the coach is the answer and the quarterback isn't? Are we going to say that the quarterback is the answer and the coach isn't? Because no matter what we say, you're going to be going back on something that you guys have already said. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. And to be completely frank, I am sick and tired of looking on Facebook, looking on all social media platforms, and talking about how Kyler's my hero. Kyler's the villain. Kyler's the guy. It's Kyler's fault.
Pick one.
We're great. We're terrible.
Yeah.
Guys, I can read you quicker than I could read a Captain Underpants book. You need to come to terms, and you need to address it and stick to that opinion, that fact, and keep that energy.
Kyler has all the talent. He just doesn't have the attitude
or the
work ethic to win in the NFL at a high level. Now, something at a high level, and I'm talking ayahuasca high. Talk to me about Rodgers and Jordan Love. This situation, is it a situation? Because the other night when I was watching that game, it became a situation.
Now, I will say this.
Packers fans were saying if Jordan Love started it, they would have won that game.
I will say this, all right? I said from the start, as long as the organization says Love isn't ready, I refuse to believe. I think his third pass, he threw a touchdown pass Sunday night.
Like a 40, 50-yarder.
I'm not saying I'm a believer, but I am saying that I'm not going to talk shit on him anymore. As of yet. Okay?
He's not ready to eat his words, but he wants to.
But I'm at least man enough to admit that I might have to one day now.
He wants to, is what.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, like I told my wife on Sunday night, she was like, well, don't you want Love to be a bad quarterback so Rodgers can stick around? No, that's like wanting the pilot of your plane to crash. I want the Packers to do well. I want the Packers to win championships. I want the Packers to continue to own the North. I don't like the fork in the road that we're facing between Rodgers and Love, and it isn't because of equal talent. It is because of timing. Rodgers will not stick around for a rebuild, and Love is looking for any chance to get in the game like any other young quarterback is looking to do. On top of that, we are facing one huge issue. Rodgers came out and he said, as long as we are mathematically alive, I'm going to play.
He said he's going to play against the Bears.
So, which, listen, I'm a Rodgers fan. Anybody who says that they're not, or who says that this season is Rodgers' fault, they're full of shit, because these are the same people that said, hey, at the beginning of the season, right, before any games were played, before any preseason games were played, hey, do what you need to do to sign Rodgers. Just make sure you get him help, and all answers are solved. Well, that's not what happened.
The help wasn't there. Rodgers was signed.
Rodgers done what he could. The help showed up late.
Watson is showing up late. Dobbs is showing up late. And
well, Dobbs showed up, but not in a big way. Then he got hurt when he was able to help. Right? Cobb got hurt when he was
And then now Cobb is dropping passes.
Right. I mean, so what I'm saying is a lot of things now have come into play. I would not hate if Rodgers retired after this year and we added to the team, mostly the offensive line, another receiver, right? And Love did good. How could you hate that?
Get a few draft picks for Rodgers. Now that's win-win. Now the issue is somebody wanting to trade for Rodgers, and they're going to use this negative light towards you. Like, it's going to be hard. Like, Jimmy Garoppolo would not go for anything. So what would Rodgers off this disgruntled, how everybody's made him out to see, what would he go for? That's the tough part for me to answer. I think that's the toughest part for anybody to answer. So what could you get for Rodgers if you were to trade him?
So here's the thing. I think Rodgers, I don't know how else quite to say it, so I'm not going to say it so politically correct, but Rodgers will control where Rodgers goes. I think that's hands down. He'll control the trade if it comes to that, right? He'll control the retirement if it comes to that. So if Rodgers is in the formula at all, the Packers have little to no say. If, let's just say, they outright cut him, which would be stupid, but not out of the realm of possibility with our front office, and we get nothing for Rodgers, I see him coming back to bite us in the ass.
As a Bear. As a Lion.
As a Niner.
Yeah, I can see that.
As a Niner.
Now.
And it'll be in the postseason. It'll be
possibly. Good luck in the postseason.
Yeah, it'll be well, no, what I'm saying is that's our luck.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying like the Packers are fucking number one without him. That's not what I'm saying. It would be in the postseason, like a conference championship.
Man, you
know what I mean?
Love is the truth.
No. It has nothing to do with love. But what I'm saying is that would be the ideal get back for Rodgers. Because this season does not fall on number 12.
It'd be the same thing when Favre went to the Vikings and almost won a Super Bowl. Now.
AP fumbled on the one.
I hate to see it. Now, let's get to our liability of the week. Mine is pretty clear. I bet on them, and not only did they shit the bed, but they rolled in it and didn't even clean it, and then went to bed right back in it. The fucking Broncos. All of you. Not only Russ, but the offensive line, the weapons, the coaching, everything. What the fuck are you doing, Broncos?
The front office, the press, the people in the box that supported them, the money behind them, the entire organization.
They're stuck for Russ for another 5-6 years.
Can I say that I called it?
You did. Now, who's your liability?
It hurts. It hurts. Excuse me, folks. I'm still getting over sickness, so my voice is in and out.
COVID.
I wasn't that lucky.
We weren't fortunate enough to miss work.
But when the Seahawks had a lead, blew it, went into OT, and they gave up an 86-yard TD run and gave up 229 yards to one man. Come on. That's my liability of the week. Seattle, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I think they roll back finally.
Ugh.
You think Geno roll back?
No.
I hope to see him in the playoffs. I want the Cowboys to play the Seahawks so bad.
After last week's display, I don't blame you.
So bad.
Who's your blue-collar workhorse of the week? Wait a minute.
Go ahead. Okay.
Getting it done.
It's Josh Jacobs.
Of course it is.
33 carries, 229 yards, 2 tutties, and one 86-yard run to end it in OT.
For the dub.
Now, I won't say this is being held against me. I won't say this was by force, but it was by force. Your dad made an arrangement to where I get food if I say this. So I wanted some burritos, so I will say it. He beat Mark's wife in fantasy football by a lot.
Good on him.
He scored 192 points. Let's go. And he was on. Josh Jacobs was on his team, so it's just the right time. Let's go. He is not going to win in the fantasy football playoffs. There's a lot of teams with a bye. Jimmy fucked that one up. The first seed was supposed
Way to
get a
go,
bye.
Jimmy.
Yeah, all seeds except for the bottom 4 get a bye.
Dickhead.
Fucking redo that one. Go ahead and tell me your workhorse of the week.
Hey, speaking of saves, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of saves, my workhorse. We're going to a different football.
No.
Because it's called soccer.
It is called soccer, ladies and gentlemen.
The United States
USA.
men's national team.
USA. USA.
USA marches right past the group stage.
I ran.
Hey, the group stage. The third youngest team in the tournament. But the youngest team in the World Cup to go undefeated and give up 0 goals in open play. They gave up a penalty, but 0 goals in open play and advance to the knockout stages.
Let's go.
They put an entire country on their back and said,
We're the workhorse.
let's ride.
Oh, don't use that one. That'll end in Travis.
No, that was an attempt to say, hey, Russ, you don't know what riding is about, son. Let's go. Saturday morning.
Broncos country. We're fried.
Saturday morning, 8 a.m., we take on the Netherlands.
The who?
The Netherlands.
We're going to make that the USA lens.
Let's fucking go.
I heard they had oil.
Hey.
We about to invade those motherfuckers.
And guess what? You know why we ain't knocking? Because freedom fucking rings.
Woo.
Now, that just kind of hyped it up for our next subject.
USA advances to the Sweet 16. Easily.
We're going to talk some World Cup.
World Cup.
The worldiest of cups. And guess what? Today was an exciting day.
It was, especially if you're a Mexico fan, because it was right there.
And then it wasn't.
Argentina scored 2. That's what you needed. And then all you had to do is score 3. They had 2. They had a offsides call. That was their third goal. And then too much deflation after that happened. They ended up losing 2-1. It was a big ouch. Mexico's out. Their head coach is fired. It is
Tata had his run. He just wasn't the guy. He needed a new change.
become a U.S. citizen right now and transfer teams, huh?
No, I'm
good with Turner, huh?
Hey, I'm. Here's the thing.
You good with Turner?
I'm good with Turner. I'm good with Stephen, the backup. Right now, I don't want to fuck with the juju. Right? Let's just let it marinate. We might shock the world. So
One win, and that's better than we've done in decades.
So only 4 teams, right? At this point in time, as it stands, for November 30th, 4 teams. The U.S., the Netherlands, the French, the Australians.
And Poland.
And Poland, that's right.
Argentina.
And Argentina 6, not 4, 6.
And Spain.
Not yet. That's tomorrow.
Oh, they're tomorrow, yeah.
6.
Their goal differential is way too much for
Yeah,
them.
Spain's going to get it. Spain's going to get it. So, that brings up our next talk. Well, I want to touch a little bit before we go on tomorrow's fixtures. I want to talk about today.
Let's do it.
Australia
They're in.
needing a win and in
Against Denmark?
And they do it 1-0.
I like it, but Denmark was my pick to get in.
I love Christian Eriksen. And battling his heart disease, doing what he's done. Denmark is a great story, but Australia has been getting beaten up and beaten up and beaten up and beaten up and beaten up. And they come back for more to get beaten up and beaten up and beaten up, and now they advance. I like it. I like
Huge.
it. I don't know what to tell you other than go Australia.
Yeah.
Go Socceroos.
Ooh.
That's what they call
That's
it
what-
in Australia. The Socceroos.
Yeah. I think actually this is the first time Mexico has not made it out of group stage since ever.
I want to say since like 86.
It's been a long time.
It's been a minute.
I seen something on it. In Wales, you had a good run.
It did. But
But-
Gareth Bale, I love you. I hate that you left Tottenham. But the fact of the matter is you had your shot.
And of course, Netherlands beat Qatar.
Mm.
Qatar, I mean, the only reason was because they were hosting the cup. Let's not even get into the 500 deaths plus that went into building it. We're going to go ahead and skip
Right.
upon that. But Ecuador lost today, and that was also one of my picks to make it in.
Mm.
And I thought they were going to win out with a huge win.
Mm.
I really did. I gambled a little bit on a game.
And these are yesterday's games, folks.
And they lost 2-1.
Yeah, and Senegal, for the second time, has advanced. I'm not against it. I like it. I like it.
picked Ecuador.
I get it. Now, tomorrow, a lot of things going on, a lot of things taking place. Canada, Morocco, 8 a.m.
Canada's winning that one.
Canada's got nothing to lose because they already lost everything.
I don't even like Canada, but I feel bad because they played so well.
Morocco, everything to gain,
Yep.
right?
And Canada wants to play spoiler.
And Croatia facing in quotations, aging Belgium.
Belgium's winning that one.
Kevin De Bruyne said, hey, what's your chances of winning the World Cup? And he said,
That's it. We're doing it.
we're too old. It's not going to happen. Belgium's own Kevin De Bruyne. We're too old. Not going to happen.
See, he should have said, we are going to, because age marinates.
Like a fine wine. No, he disagrees.
But sometimes marination can last for too long.
Yeah, and he disagrees.
And he went sour on his own country.
Nobody wants it. Costa Rica and Germany. Now, if everything plays out right, this just may be the second World Cup that Germany doesn't make it out of the group stages. Scary stuff. Japan and Spain. Gonna be a thriller.
Japan's played well out of nowhere.
Spain should take it.
But I picked Spain I would put the spread at 2+.
Now, why don't you take me to USA? USA! 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 Take me to that game. What happened yesterday?
Let me just wipe them tears off.
Mm.
Pulisic, 38th minute. When all hope was lost, it looked like Iran was playing a good game. No, they weren't. Psych! We had like 10 shots on net in the 38th minute.
To their
0. Pulisic coming in, sacrificing the boys, his own boys.
me and Joey, we already looked up plane tickets.
To
Because we're gonna
Qatar.
fly to Qatar to donate our own boys to get them through the tournament.
He's doing it. And Pulisic is that guy. He's going to play. He said, I'm going to play Saturday. He is our, and we haven't done this in a minute, our
JV hero.
Good on ya.
Hey, just going
The winning goal.
Just going in there in a very bad way. Coming out in the very biggest way. Putting the entire American history on his back. Saying, you know what?
Fuck him.
Fuck them all. We winning. We fucking winning. And he went
right to the boys.
Straight into the boys. Collided with the keeper. Just getting everything. I mean, just putting everything on the line.
If you're a man, that's everything on the line.
For the country.
Your family jewels you donated.
For the country.
Now, let's not pretend it was the greatest game, because the second half we came out a little sloppy, a little play to keep the lead.
Well, I will say this. Now exhaustion, humidity,
right?
Heat, that all had play into it.
It just scares me because it was almost
there was
the same.
A couple of scary moments.
It was almost the same second half we played against Wales.
Let me say this. Iran. You wanted to call my captain out.
Can't call Tyler like that.
On how he enunciated your country. It's Iran, not Iran. He was sticking up for your people who are, and mind you, we don't get political. There's no basic human rights over there. Don't pretend like you're the good guy. Don't pretend like you have a message to send to the world.
And then attack him for his own race?
My guy is the most diverse person. A black man growing up in a white family who assimilated in multiple cultures. And he said it himself.
You're going to attack that guy. It kind of sums up.
He's been there, he's done it, he's lived it, he's seen it, and only you have dreamt of it. In the name of America.
Get better, Iran.
Yeah.
Be better.
Be better. Be better. And you know what? Furthermore,
he's a good person for answering it the way he did.
I would not have. I would have lost my shit. I would have called you a piece of shit. I would have tried to fight you, not only in that room, but in the parking lot. And after the parking lot, on the street, and after the street, when we shared a jail cell. We would have fought. Call out my fucking boy again? Call out my fucking boy. No, you can't. Because you're fucking
done.
Go
you're
home.
Done. Go home, Iran.
Wait a minute. USA. 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 Saturday morning, you'll be watching us on the boob tube.
Hey, you did it to yourself. You created something that wasn't even there. Good on ya, Iran. Good on ya.
Yep. And the last 15 minutes of that game, the diving, the whining, the crying, nothing you will do will change this outcome, son.
They claimed handball in the United States when it was handball on you.
And they were dragging the defenseman's hand down to his hips. If anything, that would have been a foul on Iran. Folks, together as a country, it's time to join the movement that is the United States.
United States is blue collar. Blue collar is
the United States.
And we are here to talk some shit.
And we have talked some shit. Thank you all for joining us. Remember, Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Arizona time.
If you're not from Arizona, figure it out.
I don't know what to tell you.
Probably like 11, something.
And 10 Eastern? Yeah.
Something. You'll be more
You ain't got shit to do Saturday morning. Let's be real.
USA time.
And on top of all of that nonsense, They counted us out at the World Cup qualifiers. They counted us out in the Gold Cup. They counted us out in the group stages. Guess what, folks? We got out of all of that bullshit. Let's get ours. Thank you for talking some shit. Sorry about my voice. It's going in and out.
We hyped Americans over here.
Yeah. It's
like
time
you
to get
should
it done.
be.
Time to get it done.
Get it done.
Hey. Guess what? Netherlands, you're trash, buddy. Trash. You're out there like fucking traffic cones.
Ooh, Ferda.
All right.
Ferda.
Thank you for talking some shit. This has been Blue Collar. We'll see y'all Friday night. Also, be ready for the boys to come in, hit you with some brand new news about everything that's going to go on this weekend.
A lot of college, a lot of UFC. You can't miss it.
Get it done.